Is it possible?
You better watch out.
Ignite your intellectual spark by plugging into a curiosity-fueled exploration into the worlds of 16 of the most curious minds ever in movies.
Movies! People love movies!
From quirky scientists to adventurous explorers, we've got it all. And just like these inquisitive souls, you'll have to wait until the end to uncover the 3 secret ingredients that make them tick. Curiosity might have killed the cat, but for these folks, it just made them legendary. I'm Ren.
And I'm Gail, and this is What It Takes to Be.
Is it possible?
You better watch out.
Galileo.
Galileo floats into the life of the legendary Galileo Galilei,
Presenting Galileo's phenomenon, the Earth turning around the sun!
whose curiosity was so intense it would make your neighbor's nosiness look like child's play. He not only peeked through telescopes, but got on the nerves of the entire 17th century.
The Holy Office has decided the theory of Copernicus, according to which the Earth moves around the sun, is false.
You'll laugh, you'll cry.
Where's the sun? On your right or on your left?
On my left.
Now where's the sun?
On my right.
And you'll certainly be curious about his curious antics.
Is it possible?
Better watch out.
Jane takes us on a wild ride with Jane Goodall, whose curiosity about chimpanzees made her the ultimate jungle detective.
This was where I was meant to be.
She learned their language, shared their lifestyle, and probably even borrowed a cup of sugar from them. Jane's curiosity didn't just kill the cat, it helped us understand our own wild relatives better.
I thought they were nicer than us. I had no idea of their brutality.
So grab your binoculars and get ready to giggle at Jane's incredible 8-tastic adventures.
Is it possible?
You better watch out.
The secret of Nikola Tesla uncovers the electrifying curiosity of Nikola Tesla.
Some people are sure that you're crazy. Others think you're a faker. Now, both those things could be true, and you still could be some kind of a genius.
This guy didn't just have a light bulb moment, he had a light bulb life. He was curious about everything from electricity to pigeons. It's like watching the world's most eccentric inventor at work.
I made the equivalent of 12 two-phase generators, each with 1,000 horsepower.
Translate that into English.
It was the first World Fair in history to be lit by electricity.
So if you ever wondered what goes inside the mind of someone who thought talking to pigeons was a good idea, this movie's for you.
Is it possible?
You better watch out.
Infinity.
What's it called?
Infinity
Well, what about it?
delves into the boundless curiosity of Richard Feynman. He wasn't just thinking outside the box, he was probably juggling boxes while quantum physics spontaneously danced in his brain. It's like a whirlwind tour of the universe through the eyes of a guy who asked questions nobody else dared to. So if you're curious about what it's like to be curious,
I'm curious.
this movie, your quantum ticket to infinite wonderment.
Is it possible?
You better watch out!
In Duchamp, Art of the Possible,
Marcel Duchamp.
Marcel Duchamp's curiosity wasn't just piqued, it was a never-ending caffeine buzz. This guy looked at a urinal and thought,
But art could be.
art? It's like the ultimate behind-the-scenes tour of a mind that makes us all question what art even means. So, if you ever wondered what goes on in the head of a curious artist,
I do wonder.
here's your chance to enter the enigmatic realm of Duchamp.
Is it possible?
You better watch out.
Discover the wonders of the universe.
In Wonders of the Universe, Brian Cox's curiosity seems to have a PhD in pondering the profound. He's like that friend who can't stop asking questions, even at 2 a.m. after a few drinks. But in this case, his musings take you on a cosmic adventure, making you feel like the universe's favorite trivia contestant. It's the only show where you'll go from stardust to stardom with a hearty dose of cosmic curiosity.
Is it possible?
You better watch out!
Bill Nye, Science Guy, is like a nature documentary about the elusive, curious geekus.
America's favorite scientist, Bill Nye, the Science Guy.
Bill Nye, the protagonist, has a rare superpower, an insatiable curiosity. He takes you on a riveting journey through a spectrum of scientific revelations, armed with a bow tie and a grin that says, I wonder what happens if we mix this. Be prepared for an adventure filled with laughter, explosions, and more science puns than you can shake a test tube at.
Is it possible?
You better watch out.
In Silent Spring documentary, Rachel Carson becomes the ultimate curious critter. She's like a detective in a botanical trench coat, unearthing environmental secrets.
The public was being asked to accept these chemicals.
Armed with a magnifying glass and an inquisitive brow, she dives headfirst into the great garden mystery. Expect thrilling adventures through meadows, mysterious chemistry, and sneaky pesticides. Rachel's curiosity will leave you buzzing with excitement and maybe a few fewer bees.
Is it possible?
Better watch out.
In First Man, Ryan Gosling takes curiosity to astronomical heights.
First man to walk on the moon.
Neil Armstrong, the man who boldly went where no man has gone before. Armed with a spacesuit and a pair of inquisitive space boots, he's on a quest to prove that the moon isn't just made of cheese. Get ready for an out-of-this-world adventure, lunar laughs, and some giant leaps for mankind, cheesy or not.
Is it possible?
Better watch out.
In Wild, Reese Witherspoon stars as Cheryl Strayed, a curious soul who decided that the best way to find herself was by going on an epic 1,000-mile hike. Armed with little more than curiosity and some sturdy hiking boots, she embarks on a journey to find inner peace and maybe even a few lost toenails. It's a wild ride of self-discovery, blisters, and the great outdoors.
Is it possible?
You better watch out.
Temple Grandin showcases Claire Danes as Temple Grandin, the ultimate curious cowgirl. She herded cattle with a unique perspective, straight from the cow's point of view. It's like a bovine adventure where autism meets agriculture, and you'll be utterly fascinated by the curiosity that changed the livestock world. Giddy up for a tale of quirks, cattle, and curiosity.
Is it possible?
You better watch out.
The Man Who Knew Infinity is like a math-themed comedy where Dev Patel plays Ramanujan, a guy who was way too curious about numbers.
Sir, I hadn't completed that. How do you know? I just do. Don't pull a stunt like that in my class. Now get out!
Forget about your high school algebra class. This is a wild ride through the puzzling world of math, where infinity becomes a never-ending quest for answers.
Don't be intimidated. Great knowledge comes from the humblest of origins.
Dive into this film and you'll wonder if it's possible to be too curious about calculus.
Is it possible?
Watch out.
Creation follows the curious case of Charles Darwin,
My title will be The Origin of Species.
who had one burning question. Why are there so many species of finches on the Galapagos Islands? It's a comedy of evolution where Paul Bettany plays Darwin.
Transformation. Mr. Darwin, your theory is hugely powerful.
And his curiosity leads him to the most epic game of survivor, natural selection. Embark on a whimsical journey through the fascinating story of a man with numerous questions and an abundant sense of curiosity.
Is it possible?
Oh, you better watch out.
The Imitation Game is like a crossword puzzle of curiosity
It's the greatest encryption device in history, and the Germans use it for all communication.
with Alan Turing as the Grand Master Puzzler. Benedict Cumberbatch's portrayal of Turing is so inquisitive, even crossword answers start questioning themselves.
Better bloody work.
It's a laugh out loud of encryption, artificial intelligence, and unsolved mysteries. By the end, you'll wonder if you've just cracked the code to the universe's most hilarious enigma.
Is it possible? You better watch out.
A beautiful mind.
Say what?
A Beautiful Mind follows the life of mathematician John Nash,
It's the only way I will ever matter.
who had a brain so curious that even numbers couldn't keep up. Russell Crowe's performance is like a magic trick. You'll be curious how he makes math look so cool. As you watch, you'll laugh, cry, and maybe even attempt to solve a complex equation with nothing but your charm and charisma, just like Nash himself.
Is it possible?
You better watch out.
Marie Curie, The Courage of Knowledge, tells the electrifying tale of Marie Curie's life. Her insatiable curiosity for all things radioactive led to groundbreaking discoveries. It's like a science class taught by an action hero. And after watching, you might even consider adding some radium to your morning coffee. Stay curious, but please don't try this at home.
I'm curious what makes you so curious.
She'll tell us.
The secret is out! Here are the common curiosity traits of these 16 most inquisitive minds ever to grace our screens. From groundbreaking scientists to eccentric artists, they all share 3 common traits: an insatiable curiosity, a knack for challenging the status quo, and a talent for turning their quirkiness into pure entertainment. In the end, they've proved that curiosity doesn't just kill the cat, it makes for one heck of a captivating story. So keep exploring, stay curious, and remember, normal is overrated.